Hello, hello. Um, wow, I can't believe it's already Friday evening. Happy Friday, everyone. I am totally a mom, and I'm home tonight, as usual. um, but yeah, happy Friday. And tonight I wanted to talk about a few different things. I wanted to talk about our Constitution and our Bill of Rights as American citizens, so that you're all aware. And also have some definitions of greed, hatred, and jealousy. These are trademarks of MAGA. And kind of explain that a little bit. And then I also have another story, which definitely is really similar to my story of the stalking that I'm going through, and how basically I did explain yesterday that I am a domestic violence survivor, and I'm a full-time single mom. I have a special needs child, and so I do have PTSD from the abuse and the trauma. Of course, I get treatment for that. And I have faced discrimination and persecution for that. And something that MAGA does, you know how they call, like the immigrants, they call them illegals, and it's kind of like a slanderous, defamatory way of speaking about someone. So basically, they're doing the same thing to me. And I have also family members participating in these attacks against me as well, calling me mentally unstable. So as they commit crimes against me that are unconstitutional, they call me paranoid and mentally unstable. So this is what I deal with. But I just wanted to put that out there, and because I did say that I'm a victim of MAGA abuses yesterday, and it's still going on. It's happening around the clock. I have it all on camera going on at my home. And I also have, so like I said, I have a couple of family members participating in these attacks against me as well that I have to get restraining orders on. Obviously, I grew up in an abusive household, so one of those family members is one of my parents, and that person is definitely trying to get to go hard on me and hit me with these attacks as well. It's interesting, but I do have to break contact, and then another family member as well, and then another one overseas participating and calling me mentally unstable as well. So that's really really fun to deal with. However, I am going to move on and talk about, first of all, greed, hatred, and jealousy. Those are two really important points that I want to talk about. So I will define jealousy first, as that's something that I have experienced a lot with my own mother toward me. So I will explain this, but these are also, like I said, trademarks of MAGA. So jealousy is a complex emotion involving feeling insecurity, suspicion, and resentment, often arising from a perceived threat to a valued relationship or possession. It's a common human experience, but it can be particularly intense and damaging when it stems from a fear of losing someone's affection or attention. Jealousy can manifest in various ways, including anger, sadness, and possessiveness, and is often linked to deeper issues like low self-esteem and control. I believe my mother has of those deeper issues, especially control. She's a very type A person, and so is the other family member who is attacking me, has a similar trait, and then the other family member as well. They all have kind of that type A, controlling, have to be on top kind of way about them. So anyway, so yeah, it's interesting. So anyway, greed. Greed is the excessive desire for material possessions, wealth, or power, often beyond what is necessary or comfortable. So yes, MAGA has an addiction to greed, as we know, as they are trying to strip services away from the working class and the poor, sick, and disabled, which is absolutely shameful. And as a special needs mother and somebody who has health conditions myself, and I'm able to advocate for all of us, but some people do not have that voice. And it's just really, it's very low to do that to people who are in a more disadvantaged situation. So there's nothing to be proud of at all, especially for people who call themselves Christians. I'm just not buying the Christianity of this all. It's not Christianity, it's Christian nationalism, which is basically Nazism. So, and it is Nazi Germans and the greed of the Nazis. We're looking at the same type of situation now. However, we do have history, which was withheld from a lot of our youth purposely. But for those of us who have learned the history, we know this game. And yeah, it's not something that should ever be repeated. So it's nothing to be proud of. Also invading every aspect of someone's life is not only unconstitutional and illegal, but it's also very Nazi-like as well, just in order to exploit other people. I would say we could be more of service to others by being kind and trying to understand and have some empathy. Because not everybody has it as easy as others. So to help those that are struggling, helping those who already have more than enough, to just continue to build their arrogance and greed. It's wrong. The amount of money that they're spending doing these humanitarian disasters, these human rights violations in this country, they could house everyone, they could feed everyone, and everybody could get health care. So it really shows us where the priorities are. And again, it's nothing to be proud of at all. So as far as greed goes, it's also a negative trait associated with selfishness and a disregard for the well-being of others. As I said, greed can manifest in various ways, including an insatiable hunger for more money, status, or even attention. So it all kind of goes into that narcissism, you know. Now, hatred. Hatred is an intense negative emotional response characterized by feelings of anger, contempt, and disgust, often directed toward individuals, groups, or ideas. It's a powerful emotion that can have significant negative impacts. On both the person experiencing it and those targeted by the hatred. Hatred can be rooted in issues of power and control, and it can manifest in various ways, from verbal hostility to physical violence. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely feeling the hatred toward my family. Just the other week, someone entered into my home when I was taking my child to therapy, and one of our water bottles that was next to my bed, someone had put a substance on there. So they've been in my home, and of course they're going to call me crazy, but someone had put on a substance on my water bottle. Well, it was my child's water bottle. I'm not sure if I had drank out of it or not, but it smells like THC, but extremely strong. And then I had a friend of mine smell it, and they said it smells a lot like not even just THC, but chemical also. So I don't know if people are trying to harm. Well, obviously they're trying to harm us one way or the other. It could be potentially trying to poison us, or it could be to try to frame me for something or something to that nature. It's the stalking is out of control, and the hatred toward my family. I will just say that. And the police are not doing anything to stop it. So that's another thing that we have to talk about too. I have an ex-husband who is in law enforcement, and he may have some connections out here where I live, but he's also part of the MAGA cult. And so there could be something going on there where he doesn't want to pay child support anymore, or something to that nature. But I've had a lot of problems between family members, between him having information about me he shouldn't have. We've also had HIPAA violations. Like I said, I've been slandered and called mentally unstable just for, having my PTSD used against me. These people have tried every attack in the book on me. I have been called a drug addict. I've been called a prostitute. I've been called mentally unstable. It's been said that I neglect my child, that I called mentally unstable. It's been said that I neglect my child, that I neglect myself. They just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, basically. So again, that's what they do. They engage in a lot of slander. Anywho, and they also do a lot of illegal activity, which we're going to talk about with the Hunted by MAGA story, because it's so similar to what I'm going through. And even some of the same language has been used in that story that was used on me as well. So I will go into that as well. But these are issues, the greed, the hatred, and the jealousy that can all turn in. So these are core issues with MAGA. And but I just wanted to kind of, slowly get into that and start sharing. Anyway, about the Constitution, every American should be aware of their constitutional rights and their Bill of Rights. And what our Constitution is. So I will talk about that a little bit, and then I will get into the Hunted by MAGA story. So the U.S. Constitution, I know there's nobody on here right now listening, but okay, let's see here. Hopefully I can keep going. Okay, so so there's 7 articles. So Article 1 establishes the legislative branch, which is Congress, which is responsible for making laws. It is divided into two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Article 2 is it establishes the executive branch headed by the president, who includes the Supreme Court. Articles 4 to 7. Covers the relationships between states, the process for amending the Constitution, and the supremacy over the state laws. And then you have your Bill, which is the first 10 amendments. And then you have your Bill, which is the first 10 amendments to the So the amendments. The Constitution has been amended 27 times, with each amendment addressing specific issues or rights. For example, the 13th Amendment abolished slavery, while the 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote. The Biden expand this vital document. And more on here, but we can actually do just talking about that again tomorrow. I want to get into this Hunted by MAGA story as well. So how MAGA illegally stalked and surveilled me and asked people to take action and about getting a case through better. So I will definitely help add my seriousness and friendliness. I am an anti-Trumper, as I could see the lies and corruption from the very start. And I'm also a veteran of the first Cold War. I could see how Putin was using him to sabotage the country. The years during which he had taken the mask off and showed who and what he really was, how badly he was damaging our country, and how he was turning us against each other under the guise of political speech, was